Oh, goody. I'm live. I'm going to try to do this quick. Good morning to you all. I am Recie Myers coming to you live from Sterling. Today's my last day. Anyway, just wanted to bring to you just 3 little points that I want to make today. I've been studying greatness in all of its forms, and a great gesture that was done by a gentleman named Robert F. Smith. He was the philanthropist, billionaire, who has promised to pay the debts of all of the graduates from the Morehouse graduating class of 2019. I thought that was a great, great gesture. I didn't know anything about him, so I wanted to know more. So in trying to discover who he was and what he did to get him to the point where he can perform such a grand gesture, I learned that there are 10 basic rules for success that he has implemented in his life. And so I wanted to know what those were. And as I learn things, I share with my listening audience. And who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to spiritual entrepreneurs who know that their purpose for being on this planet, they're ready to discover it, to learn what it is, to find the greatness in themselves. Because guess what? We all have greatness. Good morning to you, Adeline. Good morning to you. I can wave. And I'm going to try to do this quickly. Good morning. Good morning, Stephan. Good morning to you. I thought I saw a different name, but it's just okay. Good morning, Jonathan. How's it up there in Boston? Roland and I have determined that we're going to get back there, hopefully within the next year or two. All right, let's see who else is on here. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning to you. So I'm giving success rule number 9, which is develop your craft. Now, Collin Powell, he made a statement, a quote. It goes something like this: find something that you love, something that you enjoy doing, and do it to perfection. Do it to the best of it. Well, I'm kind of paraphrasing it. Do it to the best of your ability. And even if you maybe not the best at it, if it's something that you enjoy doing, it's not going to seem like work. And you can dedicate more time to that craft, to perfecting your craft. And, when you stop to think about athletes in any field, maybe boxing, you can, off the top of your head, you can think of one of the greats, Muhammad Ali. He worked at it. What's his name? Phelps. Phelps. What's the first name? Phelps, the swimmer. Well, he spent hours and hours and hours in the pool every day of the week. Now, granted, our bodies must rest, but if you're doing something that you enjoy doing, and if you have a goal in mind, you want to be the best at it, then you're willing to dedicate the time that's needed to perfect that craft. So I wanted to leave three points with you. To get really, really good at whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to take dedication, it's going to take commitment, it's going to take consistency to develop whatever it is that you are passionate about. And that's the key, passion. You have to be passionate about that thing, because if you're not, you're going to wake up one morning, I don't feel like doing it today. And, you can't have those kinds of thoughts and then just slack off. I was listening to Magic Johnson. He was telling his story about, as a child growing up in Detroit, he worked with his dad. His dad worked for the one of those, the GM, General Motors. And then he also had his own company, a trash company, and he would go around and pick up trash, and this is on his off time. And his son, Magic, would come with him. And it was dead of winter one winter, and it was sub-0 degrees. I think it was -7. And so his job, this is Magic, when he was a boy, his job was just to pick up the little pieces of trash, straight loose trash around the trash dumpster. And he went out there, he picked up the little trash as much as he could, and he threw it in the trash, the trash truck and jumped back inside the cab. Well, his dad came, opened the door, yanked him out. He took him right back. He said, no, you got to shovel, remove the snow, get all the loose trash that got trapped, the snow, whatever. And he explained to him, he said, son, if you do this job half-heartedly, if you do a halfway job, it's going to follow you, it's going to be in your character. So, a lot of times we do just enough. I don't say we, because I always try to do the best that I do, but what I do. But many people do just enough not to get fired, from their job. But if it's something you're passionate about and you want to be the best at it, something that you want to make part of your character, you have to do the best job, do more than is expected of you. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing, you got to dig deeper, whatever it is. Be willing to go beyond. Will be willing to go beyond. That's all I'm going to say about that. Be willing to, and then implement the things that you've learned. I mean, it's great to learn stuff, but if you're not practicing, if you're not applying it to your life, hold on, there's some others have come on here. Yes. Good morning, Ursula. Good morning. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Teresa. Good morning to you. We are what we do, exactly right. And we don't want to just be mediocre people. We don't want to be mediocre. We want to stand for something. Whatever it is, we want to stand for something. So implement, apply the things that you've learned into your life. You're working towards this goal, and you want it to reflect in your character, what you stand for. Some people are perfectionists, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you also have to be willing to handle disappointment. Maybe you worked hard for something and maybe it didn't happen. I was talking with I'm not calling her out, but I was talking to this young lady, and she was saying she really, really worked hard for this advancement in her job. She was looking forward to it, and she got the letter that said she was not selected. And that could be crushing, especially if you've given everything. But you have to be willing to accept defeat or failure, but use that failure to push you, to drive you to do even better for the next time. Good morning to you, Cheryl. Good morning to you, Tracy. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And the third point that I wanted to make, so I'm going to go back to point one, was that to get really good at your craft, you have to be willing to be dedicated, to be committed, and to be consistent. And that's point one. Point two, learn all you can. Be willing to sit in on webinars. Some webinars are free. Be willing to attend workshops, read books, and then apply what you've learned into your life. Okay, that's point number two. And point three, success, I'm sure you've heard the statement, success leaves clues. So model someone who you admire in your field, in your area, in your craft. Model them. What have they done? What did they do to propel them or to get them where they are? And you model that. So those are just the three little tips that I have for you today in terms of developing your craft. Now, if you're catching the replay on this, be sure to write replay and be willing to share it out, because why keep things that you learn, things that resonate with you that can help you? Why keep it all to yourself? We can't be selfish. We have to be selfless. Share it out if you can today. And good morning to you, Laverne. Good morning. Thank you for joining. And now I am going back to Richmond today, and I'm kind of making some rounds here. And very soon, in about a couple weeks from now, I'll be going to St. Thomas, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. That's where I'm from. And it's been about 21 years since I've been home. And so I don't want to say homesick. It's not homesick. It's home-starved. I'm home starved. So I'm looking forward to going home in about 2 weeks from now. So that's what I have for you today. Share this out if it resonates with you. Thank you, those of you who joined me this morning. I certainly appreciate it. And tomorrow being Friday, I'll be coming to you live from the Richmond area. So make today powerful. Oh, before I leave, if you are not already friends with me, you can send me a friend request to connect with me. I am inviting anyone who'd like to be a part of my group, Spiritual Entrepreneur Goal Achievers. I do have a link in the description. You can join me there, or you can also visit me on reciesdomain.com. So yes, thank you, Teresa. Going home to St. Thomas, and this has been after it's been 2 years now since 2 hurricanes came to the Virgin Islands. So I know there's still destruction and there's still rebuilding and things like that. So I want to go home and just check on, stuff, how things are. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. Share me out if you can, and I'm sure you can, and enjoy today. Bye now.